Hi there, I'm Rick, the creator of Revelation Skirmish, a destructive combined arms miniatures game that you can 3D print from home. So in this video, I'm going to be assembling a Core Republic Mars HA. Now, you can purchase this model either as STLs or as a physical print, just like what I have here. Link is in the description below. So with the Mars HA, it's basically the Mars, it's just got extra padding on because of the reactive armor. And it has one other new part compared to the previous Mars, not counting some variant parts, but as far as part count. So in this instance, we're going to have 9 parts and not counting the medium vehicle base, which notches in the side of the base indicate the rear arc. So we'll go ahead and just set the hull aside for the moment as we get ready to start to glue on the fuel tanks or the just storage bins that go onto the back. So with these, it might be a little difficult to show, but they have 2 different points. The one point that is longer, sticks out a little bit more, is technically supposed to be the top. So what you do is you kind of just take it and you're going to place it onto the back of the Mars with the hope that by the time you're done, you can kind of make sure that they're pretty much in place. And what you can use as kind of guides is you'll notice on the back of the Mars, it has these 2 nubs that are raised on the outside of the Mars. If you just go just beside those, everything should fit when it comes time to fully assemble them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually not gonna put the glue onto the storage containers themselves. Instead, I'm gonna put it onto the hull, because if I try to do it onto the storage containers, I might end up doing too much. We'll do just a little bit on both there, because it won't need much. These are small parts, they're not going to be heavy. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we got it on the right way. Just set it there onto the edge of the hull. And you'll see that it kind of has like a triangular notch out of it, which will mean that it can, fit right onto the Mars hull pretty well. Do the one, do the other. Make sure we got to flip the correct way, and there we go. All right, those are on. Easy. Set the hole here on top of the base for right now. You know what, actually, let's go ahead and glue the machine gun on since we're here anyway. Go ahead and glue the machine gun. Is going to go in 2 spots, because you got 2 machine guns. One is going to go on top of the hull, top of the turret, while the other one's going to go on top of the hull. So this one that's on the hull, I'm just going to probably just have that one aimed straight ahead, because it's only really for the front facing of the Mars anyway. So kind of just make sure it appears to be pretty straight on. Perfect. Okay, now we can set that aside to move on to the turret. So with this, we've got the missile launcher here that's going to go onto the side, the antenna, which is a new part for the Mars, the cannon, and the machine gun. So let's do the missile launcher first. So it goes here onto the side. You only need a small amount of glue. I'm gonna have this kind of angled so that it's upward a bit when it's fully done. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And let's go ahead and do the antenna now. So the antenna, you're gonna see, if you have the antenna in your hand, you'll notice that there's a little tiny cutout behind where the machine gun's gonna sit. And it's gonna sit where this branch off point, this kind of square peg sticking off of the antenna, is gonna be facing the left side of the turret. If you were to look at the turret, it's gonna go to the left side, so the bulk of the antenna will be toward the missile launcher. So we'll do a very tiny bit of glue. That will not need much. Don't want to glue it to my finger though on accident. Pop that in there. The cutout is not super deep, but it's deep enough for you to be able to know where the antenna should go when it's done. And with this machine gun, I might have it aiming a little bit to the side, just a little bit of something different, instead of having it be, ooh, that almost was too much glue. Just kind of have it aiming. Pop the machine gun, there we go, into the peg hole. Have that going a little bit off to the side. And then we'll take the cannon. Now with the cannon, if you look at it from the side, you're gonna notice there's this little mechanism here. That's like for the optics. That is the top of the cannon, okay? There's also another little tiny, if you feel it, it's hard to probably see on the camera, but you can definitely feel the muzzle or the barrel tip of the cannon. You'll feel that there's a little raised rectangular section that also indicates it's the top of the cannon. So you want that to be upward, not downward. So we'll do that. Spin the turret around, and we'll have it raised a little bit. Not too crazy, but I don't want it to be angled downward either, because then that would be kind of low. This model sits already pretty low compared to some of the others like the Brigand or the Vanquisher or the Orion. So if it's kind of aiming low too, it's kind of more like it's using the cannon to shoot at infantry. And then you can just pop the turret right into the hole. And you can decide when it comes time to assemble where you want it to be aimed, but I'm gonna have mine just kind of aim straight ahead, because for me, when I generally paint my vehicles, I like to paint them separate from the base. There's not a lot of room around the base, so when it comes time for basing, I like to add textures and colors and some tufts or shrubs. So I like to do this separate. But if I did want to go ahead and have this to where I could play with it right now, I would just glue a little bit on maybe like in the center here of the track on one side, just a little bit of glue, a tiny drop, so it'll stay to the base, and I'll be able to play with it until it comes time for me to start painting and then rebasing it. So thank you guys very much for watching. Here is the Mars HA in all of its big reactive armor glory. So if you'd like to purchase either the printed model or the STLs from us, you can do that from visiting the link in the description or heading on over to our web store. Thank you guys again. Talk to you later.